buying. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Viper Review. My name is Victor, and today we're going to be talking about the Logitech Brio webcam, HD webcam. I bought this webcam after using another one for a couple of months, and for almost a year actually. I used another one, and I was always frustrated with the lack of quality in that webcam. It's this one. I bought it at Costco. Jesus, my pronunciation is shit sometimes. Okay, so I bought these at Costco. It was like $40 something, and I didn't really love them. And you can see, if you look at my earlier reviews, like one of the first ones, you can see that the camera quality is not that great. I've actually ping-ponged between, first I started using my phone as a camera, like using an elaborate connection by mirroring the phone and a bunch of different things to be able to get my camera to, you know, display on my screen and using that to record. So I first started out with my cell phone, and then I decided, let's get something like, you know, dedicated to this. This is something I want to keep doing, and something I want to grow and keep doing in my future. So I decided to get a camera. It wasn't that expensive because, you know, I can't really justify buying. Okay, sorry. I can't really justify buying a camera for something that is just a hobby for now, especially when, you know, I'm not bringing anything in with this. This is just for fun for me. So I couldn't justify buying something really expensive. So I decided to buy this camera. It was in Costco. I think it was it was priced down, and I bought it. It said, you know, I had semi-good reviews online, and I bought it. And it's a decent camera. I think it's a decent camera for work. Specifically, I think for work, sure, good camera, decent. Definitely could use it for Zoom and conference calls. That's fine. But I always found it slightly blurry and slightly dark. And this is with my rig. Like, I have these lights. I have two lights here and one light here. And even with all these lights, everything felt like dark. And I could adjust the exposure and things, and it was either extremely bright or extremely dark. The color, like the white balance, was always a little off. The colors were either super saturated, not saturated enough. It was like a mess. It was like you had to fiddle a lot with it to get it to work. It records a maximum of 720p. This camera. And after like recording multiple videos with it, I was like, no, I need something better. I need something that I won't have to like be frustrated with the entire time, because I don't know about you, but to me, paying a little bit more for something that won't frustrate the hell out of me is definitely worth it. So I decided to go with the Logitech Brio Ultra HD webcam for video conferencing, recording, and streaming in black. It's the only color, so I don't know why they're saying in black. But basically, this is a $173 camera. I think I got it discounted, but I'm not 100% sure. I bought it in March. I've been using it since March, and I am really liking it. The camera quality, as you can see, it's pretty good. It's not DSLR quality. Like, come on, guys. You can't expect a $170 camera to have the same quality as a $500, $600, $1,000 camera. That's ridiculous. But for a webcam, it's really good. So that's what I've been using for these videos, and I think it's really good. I'm not going to show it to you because it's literally right in front of me. It's like there. Like I can. Let me see if I can. Let me show you yourself. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can make it. My monitor's over here. So can you see yourself? This is so dirty. Don't mind me. I'm just wiping the mirror. So, oh no. This is you. Hello, audience. Ignore the destruction in behind. But that's the camera I'm using right now. And it's pretty, right? And I look beautiful. Anyway, excellent quality. It records up to 4K. Honestly, I don't need it to record 4K. This is 1080p, and it works perfectly fine. The description in Amazon is it has spectacular video quality. It's premium glass lens, 4K image sensor, high dynamic range, HDR. It autofocuses, and it gives true to life video. Out of all of that, that's all true, 100%. The autofocus is a little strange. Sometimes it focuses a lot, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on You have to make sure you have enough light so it actually can see you. But it's also pretty good at low light. It can compensate pretty well. So let me give you an example. Let me turn off everything. So I have a low exposure, but if I had turned on the auto exposure, I would look pretty good. Can I do that on the fly? Let me show you. See? With auto exposure, I look decent, right? I mean, it doesn't look as good as with all the lights on. And you can see the flash, the focus trying to figure out where it should be focusing on. Like, look at me. See? Focus on my hand. Focus on me. Focus on my hand. Look at my hand. Look at it. Can I get it to focus on something else? Let me see. Focus on my controller. Please. Oh, there you go. Focus on the controller. Focus on me. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty good at handling low light. Because right now there's not a lot of light except the two lights that are on top of the ceiling. And then when I turn this back on, and I change the color temperature of my damn lights. Thank you. Right now, it's a little overblown, right? It's a little overblown, so I tend to remove the auto brightness or auto exposure here and get something a little bit more natural. So that's more or less what I've been doing with this, and it looks good. Like, honestly, it looks really good. For me, at least. You tell me if I look like shit. But for me, it looks really good for what it looks like. Sorry, I was looking over there. It's just, that's where my monitor is, and I take it down because if I see myself, I'm just going to look at myself. So, because I'm a narcissist. It looks great in any light and any automatically adjust to exposure and contrast, compensate glare and backlighting 100%. You saw that. I think it makes it a little too bright for me, so I tend to use my own exposure. That's a good if you're looking to be a YouTuber in the future and you're looking to set up your own thing. A good tip for that is to set the exposure yourself. Don't let it auto expose. You'll get natural colors, and if you ever if you throw the exposure down, it will make the video look smoother. That's a good tip. I learned that from multiple videos on YouTube. I also set my own white balance because I am naturally pink, and that messes up everything. Like, I'm not, this is makeup, guys. I'm not this even toned. I'm usually like pinkish. So I have to like do things correctly. It streams in 4K and records in 4K 100%. It works well with Mac and Windows. I've only tried it in Windows and it works well on Windows. It has 5 times zoom. That's 100% true. I can't show you that because I can't have OBS and have the Logitech software open at the same time. It won't recognize one or the other, so I can't show you that. But I can, tell you that it does have multiple zooms and have multiple viewing angles. You can have it like be focused on you, or you can have it like this. You think it's like 60, 75, and 90. Right now you're in 90. That's why you get kind of a fish eye effect here. Like there's a little bit of distortion here, but that's completely fine. I'm good with that as long as you can see my beautiful stuff, my geek collection. I need to expand it. It's too small, but I love it. And yeah, so there's like multiple viewing angles and it's great. Enterprise ready. Yes, it works well as a web camera for work. I think it's a little overkill if you... I work at a school and I'm the only one that has this kind of camera. So everybody's like, yeah, your camera's overkill, and it's 100% overkill. But, for YouTube, I think it's good. And for streaming, it looks like it's pretty good. So I would definitely recommend it for that. Oh, there it goes. It's 65, 78, and 90 degrees. It records at 4K, 1080p, and 780p. It does have autofocus. It has Right Light 3 plus HDR, whatever. It does have good microphones. I don't use those microphones. I have a Yeti for that. So I don't use that. And it has a USB-A and USB-C connection. It's 7 foot long. So yeah, it's 100%. Like it's a good camera. In terms of the reviews, some people complain about the green screen. Some people complain about the webcam features. And that is one thing that I'm not 100%. The software seems old. It seems like 90s software. And I don't think it's as advanced as it should be. And one of the things that I find annoying, but I think at this point, I think it's every camera, not just this camera, because this old camera did the same thing, which is that OBS won't save the damn settings for it. So whenever I put auto exposure, specifically the auto exposure one. I put it as -7, not automatic. Next time I turn off OBS, I turn it back on, or I close it and open it back up, and it's back to auto exposure. All I have to do is tick that off, but it's still kind of annoying that I have to keep doing it over and over and over again. So a lot of people are complaining about the camera quality in some cases. It's basically, you have to remember that the camera quality depends on your setup. Like, a camera in a dark basement will not look as good as a camera with multiple lighting sources. And this is not even the best lighting source, because I personally would love to have like natural lighting, but I'm in the basement. Like, my husband has an office. The other rooms are taken by family members. Like, this is the only place that I can be undisturbed and record my videos, and I'm totally fine with the trade-off. Like, I have unnatural lighting, but I am in peace in this basement of love. So yeah, like, of course the camera won't be as great as a DSLR. Some people are comparing it to the older one, the C90, I think it is, the C920. So when I first started researching cameras, I was like, oh, which one do I buy? Which one do I buy? And some people said the C920, some people said this one. I looked at multiple, like, ridiculous amounts of videos about comparing the C920 with this one. I ended up with this one because, based on not what the people said, not the different YouTube videos said, even though a lot of them like would say this one's good, this one's better, but not necessarily worth the price jump between the C920 versus the Brio. Despite what everybody said, I liked the way the Brio looked more than the C920 in everybody's videos, and I am happy with what this is looking like. So, do I recommend it? 100%. I love this camera, and I'm planning to use it in the future until I get a DSLR at some point. If I ever make enough money in my life to buy a DSLR, then I'll buy one. If my husband sees this is like a hint on what he can get me for Christmas sometime in the next 10 years. But try it. Remember, this is something I keep reminding everybody in my videos. Amazon has a free return policy. If you try it and you don't like it, you can return it within 30 days. This is like online life, guys. I would never buy anything if I didn't think I could return it at some point, if I didn't think it was suited to my needs. I know that might be a kind of an asshole thing to do, to return things, but I can't try it. I literally can't go to a store and check the way this works with my computer and my setup and everything, right? So I have to figure it out when it gets here. So yes, I do like it. Recommend it 100%. Try it. Buy both and see which one you like the best, and keep the one you like the best. But to me, personally, this is the one I'm keeping from now on. So that's it, guys. That's my review of the Logitech Brio Ultra HD webcam for video conferencing. Thank you for joining me with this review. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know if you want me to review something else in the future. And that's it, guys. Have a good one. Bye.